She was called to speak after the guest speaker was done. One, she came with speaker as a friend, and next, surely her credentials, doctorate from Stanford, and many research papers under her belt. She decided to speak about emotional voids and how we all have those voids. She said we accept it, we deny it, or we may fill this void in our own way. Many times, many compulsive behavior or to do a thing at a level of addiction or some kind of a dependency. It could be exercising, it could be spending, it could be alcohol, you know. I don't like these so called researchers. These researchers make things unnecessarily complex, and I feel that they derive some kind of sadistic pleasure out of this. And also, the second reason why I didn't like her, because she took away all the limelight from the speaker. She was just a friend and a guest there. I am a person who don't speak much, so obviously I listen more and usually bring a good part of conversation with me. Her conviction set me thinking and started questioning my stand in life. I am happy, satisfied individual, and I see no void in my life. I am married to a girl of my choice who is a mother of my 2 kids now, doing well professionally, and if I have to put it in a worldly terms, I own a house, EMI is already paid, and good investments. What else one can ask more in life? But sometimes you are destined to meet people you don't want to meet, and I met her again. Some marital satisfaction test she wanted to conduct and want to collect data from my faculty of college. It was some emptiness, void in life kind of a test. Well, all my faculty members filled it, and as usual, all the researchers do, she also promised to come again with an analysis. I was also keen and sort of waiting what is my score. She came and she explained the scores, surely smart enough not to discuss individual scores. She said in marriage we all adjust, adapt, compromise, or to say in better wording, make certain choices. We change and we achieve peace and satisfaction. But let me tell you that sometimes it is a pseudo peace, and this pseudo peace is to avoid debates and confrontations. I will leave you with 3 questions, and her questions were: how much you have changed over the years? How much you have changed over the years was her first question. Has this change took away the core of you? And third question was that if given a choice, like if we have undo button, would you like to go back to that core or at least get some part of that core? After finishing her 3 questions, she said, well, it's your choice, your decision to find your own answers. While driving back, I was weighing my life against these 3 questions. And since I was answering to myself, I was enough honest. When I look back and connect dots to present life, yes, I have changed. And I have changed like 360 degree. Those were the times I used to have many friends, lot of self invited for dinner also. All cousins, we were very close as we all grew up together in joint family. I was a dominant right brain individual, lot of painting and used to play guitar. If I look now, hardly any friends or guests coming to our place, and we also don't call people so often. Calls to cousins are not restricted, but few occasions only, like birthdays or Rakhis, and we hardly go out or attend any group or social gatherings. And I realize that why I am saying we. Well, all these changes are done by us, me and my wife. She doesn't like going out much. Her opinions don't match with others. Prefers eating at home or to few selected places outside due to her own reasons. And I remember initially they were the reasons for big fights. And I don't know when, but gradually I changed, and I changed completely. Do I like this version of myself? My honesty continued. No, I don't. But it saved my marriage. And tell me, don't we all do that? Nothing new or great about it, right? We all do compromises. And yes, I know a lot of time wives are given that glory, but husbands also do this to save marriages. Or maybe father in us sometimes play a bigger role in this decision. My car took familiar right turn to home, and honesty also started fading away. Reached home, took off the keys, and in my own usual way, which I do, I shut the car door with my right leg, shrugged my shoulders, and finally declared to myself that I am happy in my life. Yes, I am happy in my life, and I have no void. Let's keep it simple, buddy. Thank you so much for listening this story. And the name of the story I decided to give, Let's Keep It Simple. My name is Supriya Suhuni Dhongde, and I would be very keen to know your comments. If you have any different opinion also, please welcome. I'll welcome you to share your opinion. Thank you so much.